By the end of this video, you're going to know about the 7 best AI automation workflow tools that you could use to build out automations to automate pretty much anything that you could think of. Because these tools will allow you to automate your busy work or, for some of you, even your entire job. And I've carefully curated this list to make sure that all of these are beginner friendly. You don't have to be some coding wizard and you don't have to spend hours learning how to use these tools. You're going to be able to plug and play these immediately. And just an FYI, the link to each of these tools is going to be in the description and the pinned comment below. Now, that first AI automation tool that I think everybody should be using is going to be Zapier right here, because this is incredible. They have this Copilot where you can literally just tell it what you want created, and it will actually go off and create it for you. In addition to that, you can create automated workflows. You can create AI teammates. You can create AI-powered chatbots. They have an MCP, so you can actually combine Zapier plus any other tool that I'm going to show with you in this video, and they have automation ready forms. So what's really cool that I like is this actually goes through once you begin to build things out and recommends other things that you should build based on all of the context that you have with it. So what I want to show you right here is we're going to go through and we're going to get this to create a daily stand-up brief that is going to be emailed to me every day at 9 a.m. I want it to highlight what I have on my calendar, important emails I need to reply to, and urgent action items for the day. And basically all I have to do is go through, enter my goals, enter my action items, enter the tools that I want it to use, and this is actually going to build this out. And what's great about Zapier is it connects to more than 8,000 different apps right here. Literally look at this. There are tons of things. Probably every tool that you use and every tool that you can think of, you can actually connect to this. And then once we click on the Copilot, this will actually go through and this literally sets up everything for us. So we could see that it set up a trigger right here. It's going to happen every day. And if we click into this, we could actually see the details that it went through and it filled out. Then it goes through, finds all of my emails, finds all of my events. It finds my Zapier tables, and it actually created this table for me. So it created a table where I can keep track of my goals, my tasks. I have a status, I have a priority, I have a due date, and it will have easy access to that. And then what this is actually going to do is take all of this information, analyze it, return something, and then it sends me an email every morning that looks exactly like this. This tells me exactly what is on my calendar for the day. It shows me exactly what urgent emails I need to reply to, and it drafts up ready to reply drafts. In addition to that, it gives me all of my different action items and even tells me, hey, if you can only get one thing done, this is by far the most important thing. What's pretty cool is that you can set this up and you can customize this however you want. And I think everybody needs this set up because this is only the start of what you could do with Zapier. You could literally get this to do anything that you want, again, by simply just describing it in plain English. This is the easiest tool because 1, it connects to all of your different apps, and 2, you literally just describe in plain English what you want and it will go off and actually build it for you. By the way, if you want to get this automation set up for yourself, you could go to the pinned comment below. If you click on the Zapier link, it will literally build out the automation for you, which is pretty crazy. And again, you could get started with this today for free. Now, that second AI automation tool that I think everybody should be using is going to be Typeless. Essentially, what Typeless allows you to do is speak to your computer. Now, I know what you're thinking, Rob, doesn't Whisper also do this? But this actually works a little better, in my opinion, because of a few things. First and foremost, this is going to remove filler words. It is going to remove repetition, and it auto edits when you change your mind, automatically formats things, finds the perfect words. And what is pretty cool is you could actually get this to take action for you. For example, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell my computer what I want it to do, like find Robert Benjamin's latest video, and then this actually goes through, thinks, and this goes through, opens up this tab and actually does this for me, which is pretty cool. Or I could say something like open up make.com, and then this actually goes through and this opens this up inside of my browser. And what's crazy about this is you could use this for voice to text. You can use this to rewrite or recreate anything, and you can actually use this to take action on your behalf, which I absolutely love. Another example is saying something like, find me a Ferrari for less than $300,000. And then again, this literally goes through and this finds it. It opens up a new browser and you can use this to do so many things and actually take action on your behalf. And we could see that this now literally went through and found me this, and we could see all of the links here. And this right here is pretty awesome because again, we could get it to now take action. We could get it to open these up. It's so cool what you can actually do with this and the possibilities. And again, it makes it just way faster than you using your keyboard or you typing, because you could just talk and boom, things get done. Now, that next AI automation tool is going to be now that ChatGPT has agents. Now, these are going to be available on the business plan. And even if you don't own a business, you might want to actually get this set up, because as we could see over here, we could come in here and actually browse a bunch of different templates. They have a chief of staff, they have a custom reply drafter, they have a data analysis, they have a sales assistant, they have a campaign copy generator. And what's pretty cool is this works with all of these different apps right here, goes through all of the different capabilities. And if we actually click into one of these, we could click on use template, go through and add whatever apps we want to add right here. And then we can actually create this agent and we could customize it incredibly quickly from inside of ChatGPT. Now, really the only downside to this, if we come back over into ChatGPT and we click on agents, is that if we come into their templates right here, we're going to see that they do have like 30 different templates, but outside of the templates, in order to create an agent, you'll have to click on create agent, just describe exactly what you wanted to do. For example, bug triage, and then this will actually go through and this will build this out. You can arm it with skills, you could hook it up to specific tools, and really one of the only things holding this back is that the connectors are going to be less than Zapier. So Zapier, like I said earlier, has literally thousands and thousands of different connectors. It's going to have the most connectors out of any AI tool that you are going to find, and ChatGPT just lags behind that a little bit. So if you wanted to use something like ChatGPT and you were only using the specific things that it actually gives you right here, we could see everything that you could do with this and how easy it is to actually build things out. This literally just went through, built this, we could click on start building, and now this is going to go through and build this out. The other thing that is kind of a downside to this, again, just being totally transparent here, is you're stuck on ChatGPT's platform. You can't switch between models when different models come out, but as we could see right here, this literally goes through, builds it out for you. We could get it to run on a schedule if we wanted to, and this is pretty awesome that ChatGPT now has these agents like this. Now, the next tool that I do find very helpful is going to be Make.com. And what I find Make.com helpful for is actually going to be like super specific use cases. For example, if we come over here and type in comment, we could see that I actually built out this automation right here that replies to my Instagram comments automatically. And this is something that really only Make is able to do. So we could see right here that this is going to watch for events. It's going to watch for different comments that I get on my Instagram page. Then right here, this goes through and actually generates a response to that. Then we just need to add in a module right here. And again, we could go through Instagram for Business and we could come over here and we can actually create a reply. Now, you can't do this on a lot of other automation tools. I actually don't know how Make actually got the permissions to be able to do this, but there are specific things that you can only do inside of Make.com, which again makes it kind of useful if you're doing things like this. So essentially what this will now do is this will watch Instagram for comments. It will draft a reply with ChatGPT. It will reply to it, and then I have Slack right here to send me a message on Slack and say, hey, I just replied to this person saying this. Or if we wanted to, we could set this up so that this is going to be Excel that this is actually going to run on. The other thing that makes this incredibly useful is if we actually come over to scenarios right here, you can actually track all of your scenarios and be able to see the history of them very easily. For example, if we come over here, come into Instagram webhook, I can actually come into history right here and see any time that this failed, any time that this ran, so that we could very quickly be able to actually fix things. And I actually have this powering a lot of the automations that I'm running on a lot of my websites, because again, it does have some pretty specific use cases that make it really good for things like social media. Now, since we talked about ChatGPT, we also have to talk about Claude, because Claude has CoWork right here, and this allows you to build out specific automations. In fact, if we come over here into scheduled, come into new tasks, we could see that we could create things with Claude, or we could set them up manually. For example, if I click on set up manually right here, I could come over and name this. We're going to name this YouTube scripts. What this is going to do is just write a quick description here. So create my YouTube scripts. And then what I'm going to actually have this do is I'm going to have this brainstorm 10 video ideas based on the latest AI news from today, and write me a YouTube title, script, description, and tags in my voice/format. Use the vidIQ MCP when possible. And then what we can actually do here is we could have this work in a project if we wanted to. We could just have it act without asking, which is the way that I would have this set up. And then we could give it access to the different tools that we have here. We could say yes right here, and then we could actually choose what model this is used. I'm going to have it use Opus 4.7. We could choose the frequency of this. We could click save. And basically what this allows you to do is for everything that you have connected to Claude, all the different MCPs that this has access to, this can now go through on a schedule and automate any of these specific things like what I want this to do right here. Now, we could set this up as a scheduled task right here, which is pretty cool. But the other thing that I want to show you is if we just come over into new task, I could tell it to actually do this right now. And now it's going to go through and it is actually going to take action on this. And I'm going to show you what this looks like, because this is actually how I create so much content, because I create like 20 pieces of content every single day. And it's not me coming up with the ideas or the scripts or anything like that. It's actually Claude doing it. What's cool about this is it will actually ask you specific questions, so it will continue to get better. It will continue to learn. But what's kind of bad about that is then that means that this is going to be held up by me and I actually have to reply to it. The other thing that's cool, not only can we schedule things out, but also with Dispatch right here, we could actually pair our phone to this and we could actually just go on Claude on our phone and say, hey, I need you to do this. I need you to do that. And it has access to your computer. It has access to everything that you gave it access to, and it can complete things on your behalf, which is pretty awesome with Claude. Again, though, similar to ChatGPT, the one thing that I don't like about this is you have lock-in. So if a new ChatGPT model comes out, you won't be able to use it. Or if a new Gemini model comes out, you won't be able to use it. You're going to be locked in just to this one specific platform, which I personally think is a massive risk when you're thinking about AI tools and AI automations, because you want to build things in a way that you could transport them and go wherever you want based on what model, what company, what tools are at the cutting edge. So now we could see that this is actually going through. This is using web search. This is using vidIQ. We could track its progress right here. And this is almost done. It's pulling all of the different information. It's now analyzing the voice from my recent videos. It's going to gather today's news. It's going to brainstorm. It's going to write the title, script, description tags for each. And then it's going to verify it with vidIQ, which is pretty awesome. And again, using vidIQ, we actually gave this access to my YouTube channel and YouTube in general, which it otherwise wouldn't have access to. Okay, now I want you to look at literally everything that this just did, because this is pretty crazy. This went through and used vidIQ multiple times, got my voice locked in. It went and scored all of these different titles using vidIQ, and then this actually went through and created all of this. So we have this right here. We have my script, which is pretty awesome. And now this is still going through. This is writing everything. It's going to literally give me everything that I need in order to create all of my content for today. Like now we have the description, we have the timestamps right here, and this goes through a bunch of other things like the tags, and we could see that this is literally going through and this is creating this for multiple different videos, which then I could go ahead and I could record, or if I wanted to, I could actually hook this up to my AI avatar and have this create the content for me, which is for another video. In fact, I think I actually just dropped that video yesterday, so you guys should check that out. Now, the next automation tool is going to be from inside of Google or Gemini. Now, if we come over here into Studio right here, we're going to be able to see that we can create and we can track automations right here. And if we click Do More in Studio, this is going to bring us into Studio Workplace. From right here, we're going to be able to automate our workflows with Gemini. And we could see right here that they have a bunch of different templates that we could get started with. For example, get a daily summary of your out-of-rent emails or notify me about urgent emails. We could come over here and see that there are a ton of different things for better meetings right here, tasks and action items, customer connections right here. Now, this does allow you to build out automations, but I have to be honest, of the three of them, Google, Gemini, ChatGPT, and Claude, I personally think that this is the worst, because if we come over here, these are all the different triggers that you can have. So it's not that many. It's really limited by what Google offers right here. And then once we actually do one of these, so let's just say that we add this in right here. When we go to choose a step, the only steps that you could really add are Ask Gemini, Ask a Gem. You could do AI actions right here. They only have 4 things, different tools. They have check if, they have filter, they have notebook OM, they have actions that you could take inside of Gmail, actions you could take inside of chat, inside of sheets, inside your drive, inside of calendar, inside of docs, inside of tasks, and that's it. You can't connect this to custom MCP servers or other tools outside of this like you can from inside of Claude, inside of Zapier, or inside of something like ChatGPT. And again, I think this really just highlights what makes Zapier the best out of all of these and why I included it as the first one, because it can connect to any tool that you want. You're explaining things in plain English, and it can pretty much build you out any automation that you want. Now, I feel like I can't make an AI automation workflow video without mentioning N8N right here, the tool that allows you to build AI agents and workflows that you can see and stay in control of. And it's probably going to be no surprise since you're watching this video that I think that this tool right here is not good. Why? Way too complicated. You have to be basically an expert at AI and an expert at coding in order to actually use this. And I just don't think that this is useful because, like I showed you in this video, there's so many tools that you could get started with today for free, or that you probably already have, that can build out the majority of automations that you're trying to create if you're watching a video like this. So personally, I would just skip N8N and wouldn't worry about it. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to learn how to make ChatGPT, Google Gemini, or Claude 10 times smarter, I would strongly suggest you check out this video right here that walks you through a tutorial of how to upgrade each of these tools and their models. Sound interesting? I'll see you over there.